What's up, everybody? Hope your day is going well. My name is Jason, and in this video we're going to cover how to use Schooldude Helpdesk for submitting work order tickets. So, what is Schooldude Helpdesk? In a nutshell, it is a cloud-based ticketing web app to help coordinate and manage work orders. In our environment, we will be using it for IT work orders, and it will replace the current ReadyDesk ticketing system. So to start off, we need to open a web browser. I already have one open here. And go to login.schooldude.com. I'm using the Chrome web browser, but any web browser will work fine for this. And if you've already received an email that looks like this and went through the process of setting up a password, we can go ahead and log in. If you haven't received this email link, don't worry. A password reset will fix it right up. So let's go ahead and go over the forgot password since we're already at this login screen. So if you click the forgot password here, you can enter your email address, which is your dothan.k12.al.us email address, and click submit. And you should receive an email to that address in a few seconds asking for you to reset your password. And you just follow that link and go through the steps and it'll reset. If you don't see this password, check over here in your URL bar, and your browser might be blocking pop-ups from this site, so just allow it to open up. So if with that's all said and done, we can log in by typing in our dothan.k12.al.us email address. So we'll be using a demo for today, and our password, and we need to select help desk from the go-to. Alrighty, so we're logging in. Alright, so once we're logged in, we are presented with the requester's dashboard. As you can see, this is very simple and minimal. The dashboard defaults to the new ticket page, and we'll go over later in this video how to change that. So let's start off with the My Tickets tab though. Currently, our demo user only has one ticket, as we can see here. Under the Filter tab, if we expand it, we can create custom filters for our work orders. And under the column headers was where we can do our sorting. But we really can't sort and filter anything when we only have one ticket. So let's create a new ticket. So let's click over to New Ticket. And here we see the form to generate a new ticket. Very simple, very minimalist, very streamlined workflow. So let's look at our different fields for the ticket. So we have our work order type. These are broad categories for tickets and the work that will fall under. So like, for example, if you have a problem with your laptop, you select laptop. If you had a problem with your Promethean board pins, you would select Promethean board. Try to match these up as best as possible, but if it's a little off, it's not that big of a deal. It'll cover more in the description for us. So let's select a problem with our example with the Promethean pin problem going. So we'll select the Promethean board. On behalf of, this field will be utilized later. This allows a requester plus to submit tickets on behalf of other users. There is some testing going on to allow all faculty and staff to be able to submit tickets, and this will come into play for some of the faculty that may be less tech savvy, and so a designated person in the school will be responsible for doing tickets on behalf of people. Under the select location is where we would pick our site. The select location is a campus location, so these are kind of like the work type where it's a very broad description. This is a broad description of where the work order is. So we'll go under here and select test school since we're doing a test. Building, this will be implemented later on as needed. This is just to kind of, if we wanted to segment big campuses apart. So, for example, the ninth grade academy building at Dothan High, we can go in here and select it to kind of give more drilled in range to where the ticket's at. But right now, we really don't need to worry with it. The area in the room is the exact location, the physical location of the ticket. So, for example, this would be room 10. Inventory asset. This field is not required for the ticket. It's mainly going to be used internally by IT with another piece of software that goes with this, so you can ignore it. And finally, our description page, or description tab, or field. This is where the description of the problem or issue will go. Just please be as descriptive as possible if you can. It's very difficult to troubleshoot an issue when the description of it is computer. The more descriptive you can be, the easier it is to point us in the right direction of the problem, and in turn, the faster we can get the ticket resolved. So we'll put in here, pin is not working on Promethean board. And it doesn't have to be a huge summary paragraph, but straight and to the point, the pin's not working on Promethean boards, I can say, okay, we need to check this, this, and this right off the bat. So if any fields that are required or empty or not properly formatted, the field will end up being outlined in red with a red exclamation mark beside it. So for example, let me cut this out. Now it's saying, hey, you need this for your description. Hovering the mouse over the exclamation mark, it says this field is required. It's just alerting you to the error. So if you didn't really know what it wanted, the highlighting over here will tell you exactly what it wants. So let's put our description back in, and once we've got everything the way it needs to go, we can create the ticket. All right. So once we create the ticket, it shows the overview of the ticket. We'll come back to this in a second. Let's click back over to My Tickets. Oh, my bad. Click Close to get out of that. All right, now you can see we have 2 tickets. Now we can sort, since we have multiple tickets to sort. All right, so let's go ahead and sort them by the date submitted. So we want to see our earliest tickets first. So we'll click over here to date submitted, and we will sort by ascending. This should sort our tickets oldest to newest. So this one's created at 8:03 p.m. This was created at 12:30 a.m. Now these times may be a little off. That's because it's using Greenwich Mean Time in this demo. So I would ignore this, and it'll be fine. We'll see how to change that later in the video. All right, so we've got our tickets sorted by earliest to newest. Now we want to filter them. So say we wanted to only show Promethean board tickets. Only show. So we can go up here to filter, expand it out. We want to match all, and we click these lines right here to add a filter line. So we want to match our work type is, so equals to, Promethean board. And once we've got it where we want, we can hit the little shuttle arrow to run it. So it's only going to show us all of our tickets, which we only have one right now, that are work orders Promethean board. To remove a filter, you can click the X and rerun it, and that'll bring you back to where you need to be. Now say you set up a filter that says, I want to sort any tickets that are older than 5 days. Let's just say that. So we'll do date submitted is greater than or equal to, or we can say is greater than 5. Oh, nope, I need a, so let's see, that's not what I really wanted to do. Let's see here. Okay, so it's asking for a date. So is greater than, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So is greater than 5. We'll run it, and it'll show both of those tickets because they our, oh, mess that one up. We need less than. Less than. That's my bad. Okay, less than. So we're not going to show any tickets because those tickets have been created recently. So they're no older than 5 days. This is a good example of something that could be used multiple times to see where you're at in the process, to see where are we at in the process. Are there some tickets that have been missed that are getting stagnant that need attention? And this can help you as the requester see that and shoot us over a note or something saying, hey, why hasn't this been looked at? So if you wanted to save this, you just come up here and click the save filter. Enter a name, so tickets older than 5 days. Okay, this will save filters for me, and these filters will be saved to your user. So if you go to a different school, still the same user, same ticket, same filters, it'll all be there for you. So we'll save that so we can match that. Let's get rid of it and rerun, and there's our tickets. So the next question is, okay, I've got these tickets coming in. I know how to create tickets. How do I work with tickets that are already open? That's pretty simple. We just gotta click the, just need to click the pencil icon. I had lost a word there for a second. The pencil icon beside the ticket that you want to work on. So, for example, we'll go with this one that says desktop error. Desktop error states storage is 90% full. We're back on the overview page, so we can see all the information this ticket has. We can see the ID of the ticket, when it was submitted, who submitted it, if there's an on behalf of, the description, everything that was put in at the new ticket tab we can see on the new ticket, but we also can see a resolution tab. The resolution tab will be populated when the technician completes the ticket. They can mark in the notes what resolution, if the note is the resolution. So this is really good for backtracking and seeing how the problem was fixed. Also, we have a tab down here for workflow. This will tell us our priority. All tickets come in as a priority medium. If it's deemed a fire, like a network outage or something like that, we'll up the priority on it. The status is a new request, right? All tickets come in as a new request, and that will change as we go through. So when a technician looks at the ticket, he'll update the status. When the ticket's completed, the status will be updated. If it's closed, if its parts need to be ordered, the status will change to reflect that information. And then the assign to will show the ticket's initial assignment. Each tech has an initial assignment to them, but also if something gets elevated, say for me, I'm responsible for HAPARA issues or student credentials or tier 2 wireless, that technician can escalate that ticket to my work queue, and the assigned technician will change over to me since I will be responsible for that ticket now. All right, so moving over to the attachment tab, here would be displayed any attachments that have been added to the ticket. This can be very, very useful with the technician troubleshoots the ticket. You can attach screenshots of errors or logs if there's any that were exported by the computer, or a picture of, say, a projector broken. Any little bit of information helps in the initial parts of the troubleshooting process. It saves a lot of time not having to check things that are already obvious. Also, the technician can actually send files this way down to the person, or like pictures on how to do something, a guide. If there's a piece of software, they can send it through here if it's small. Obviously, Microsoft Office can't be sent through here. It's a huge CD size application. So this is mainly for like little stuff like a driver or something like that. The next tab is the Notes tab. And the Notes tab This is something I really want to emphasize. Here is where the communication between the technician and the requester that put in the ticket will recur. It is very, very useful. Please use this feature. The reasons being is that not only does it allow documentation of what's going on with the ticket, but it also allows the ability to look up the resolution of a previous issue that may help a new ticket coming in be resolved faster. For example, if there's the error in the last ticket says here desktop error state of storage is full. So here I can go in and put in a new note and say cleared out temp data and moved users old files to Google Drive. So in here, if this was a technician interface, it would have a button down here that said marked as solution or resolution, sorry, mark as resolution. And I could click this and mark it as a resolution. So the next time a ticket like this comes up and says, okay, storage is at 90% full, we can go back and look at a ticket and see what a similar ticket and see what the resolution was, and therefore solve the issue really quick. Because digging through emails and having to find where you had a conversation or what you did can be very time consuming and can run up the time it takes to resolve an issue. So I know that was short and sweet, and that's pretty much the gist of the requester system. I mean, it's very straightforward. Now, let's look at how to customize this some and see how that works. So we'll go over here and click on Home, and this will bring up a new screen that's got some tabs on the left-hand side. So the first one's going to be popular places. This is just some short links to get the new ticket or if you need to go back some real quick. Next would be My Settings, and this will allow you to customize how many items are showed on the page. Right now 20 tickets are showed on the page at a time, but you can set that to 50 or 100. Hopefully not 100. Hope you don't have 100 open tickets open, but sometimes that happens. You can set how the actual dashboard interacts, how if it auto saves any changes, how it auto refreshes the data that shows up, how you can interact with the grid, and how changes are handled. Also, where I was talking about earlier, how it went to new ticket at the beginning, you can change what opens up first. So for us, say I wanted to open up my dashboard or my tickets, I can set that. And also, I can set the time zone, so it'll be for us Central Time. Unfortunately, it doesn't let us set this for the user when we manually create a user. So everybody will have to go in here and set their time if they want the ticket time to display right. So we'll go ahead and save that. So now, if we log out and log back in, if I can spell today, help desk. We should open up in to the My Tickets. So now we'll automatically log into our dashboard. So let's go back into Home. The next would be My Alerts. Any alerts that you get that, like a severity alert or a ticket older than certain date alert, they'll be displayed here. Now, filters, this will have all your filters. So if you wanted to, any save filters you have, if you wanted to delete a filter, you could delete it here. Or change a name. No, I guess it doesn't let you change your name. Something I might have to put into their support. Next two are my scope settings and my menu. Those are not used as we set those pre-configured when we create the accounts, so y'all can just skip those. All right, so that's pretty much the gist of everything. So let's go back to popular places, my tickets. Um, And that's pretty much how Schooldude Helpdesk for Requester works. If y'all have any questions regarding any part of this web app, feel free to email me or your school's tech. If they don't have the answer for your question, they can send it over to me and I'll get you an answer. So thanks everybody, and I guess we'll catch y'all in the next one.